Most investors obsess over buying their first rental property, but the real wealth jump happens when you scale to 5. Not 20, not 50, just 5 well-bought, well-financed rentals. Today, I'm breaking down the exact blueprint an average U.S. investor can use to build a 5-property buy-and-hold portfolio, profitably, safely, and with real data behind every move. The key idea is simple. Combine dependable cash flow, smart leverage, and time. That's it. In the U.S. market today, most solid rental markets in the Midwest and Southeast trade between 5 and 8% cap rates. Coastal markets average 3 to 5. So the money is in places where rent-to-price ratios actually work, not where TikTok says the hot market is. Your first property is almost always a conventional loan, 20 to 25% down. That gets you the lowest rate and the easiest underwriting. Your income matters here. Your debt to income matters. If you're W-2, use that to your advantage. Get the cheap financing first. The second property is where investors start hitting limits. Debt to income gets tight. Your personal finances start to matter more. This is where DSCR loans come in. Instead of qualifying you, DSCR loans qualify the property. If the property's income covers its debt, usually at a ratio of 1.1 to 1.25, you're in. Most lenders allow up to 75 or 80% LTV. It's not the cheapest money, but it's the most flexible when you're scaling. By the time you hit property 3 or 4, leverage becomes the blocker. The solution is usually a small cash-out refinance on one of your earlier properties. Nothing massive, even pulling out $15,000 to $20,000 can fund a down payment on the next rental. This is how normal investors grow: small refinances, DSCR loans, and stacking consistent rental income. When you reach the 5th property, most serious investors switch to portfolio or blanket loans. One lender, one loan, multiple properties as collateral. It simplifies underwriting and sometimes allows cross-collateralization, meaning your strongest property supports the weaker one. It's one of the cleanest ways to scale without juggling 5 separate mortgages. Now let's talk numbers, real ones, not influencer math. Take a typical $250,000 rental in a Midwestern city. Rent, $2,200 a month. Annual gross, $26,400. After 5% vacancy and roughly 35 to 40% operating expenses, your NOI sits around $15,000. On a 6% 30-year mortgage, your annual debt is around $14,300. So you're cash flowing maybe $700 a year. Not sexy, but realistic, and that's the point. Most U.S. rental properties produce modest cash flow up front. The real wealth is in the amortization and the long-term rent growth. Historically, U.S. rents grow 2 to 4% per year. Your mortgage payment stays flat. That gap widens every single year you hold the asset. Here's a quick real case study. A W-2 investor earning $85,000 starts with $50,000 in savings. Year 1 buys a $200,000 rental in Alabama, stabilizes it. Cash flows about $2,500 for the year. Year 2 buys a second rental for $230,000 because DTI is tight. Year 3 refinances the first property, pulls out $18,000, buys a third rental in Indiana. Year 4 buys a fourth rental with DSCR again. By year 5, the portfolio is worth roughly $1 million with around $200,000 in equity. Rents total $11,000 to $13,000 a month, NOI sits around $30,000, and net cash flow is modest but positive. That's the realistic path for a normal investor, not someone with unlimited capital. Now the risks. Negative leverage is mistake number 1, buying a 4% cap with a 6% loan. You lose money every month and hope appreciation bails you out. Weak DSCR is mistake number 2. Anything under 1.1 is financial quicksand. High tax markets can kill cash flow instantly. Deferred maintenance turns cheap houses into money pits. And the biggest red flag of all, no reserves. 5 rentals with 1 month of reserves is not investing, it's gambling. Serious investors keep 3 to 6 months of expenses per property, no exceptions. So here's the step-by-step plan. Pick 2 or 3 rental markets with strong rent-to-price ratios and stable population growth. Buy your first property with conventional financing. Build reserves. Buy the second with conventional or DSCR. Stabilize both. Refinance one to unlock equity. Use DSCR for properties 3 and 4. Use a portfolio or blanket loan to secure number 5. Outsource management once your time becomes the bottleneck. And review your entire portfolio annually. Rents, DSCR, reserves, cash flow, and risk. 5 properties won't make you rich overnight, but 5 good properties, held for 10 to 15 years, can change your entire financial trajectory. And now the question I want to ask you. Which U.S. market do you believe has the smartest balance between cash flow, appreciation, and landlord-friendly laws in 2025, and why? I'll read every comment. See you soon.